Okay. All right, really sorry about that, everybody. We'll go again. I was well unhappy with the start of that run because of the boss fight and everything, so hopefully we can do a little bit better anyway. I also raised the in-game volume. Normally I keep this at a -5 decibel default. That's just for my own personal hearing. I've got it up to 0, which is going to make it a little bit hard for me to hear myself talk over the game, but I guess it's more important if you all are able to hear me. So let's go ahead and fire our quarterback in. Not to be confused with football. Since y'all could hear me, I'll be a little bit redundant about some of the things I explained. Tiras is my most consistent character, so we'll play her. I like all the characters, but she's the one I've had the most success with. The big difference between the three, outside of like some not irrelevant hitbox adjustments, this guy is being miserable. What's going on here? Okay. Is how much magic they can carry. Gilius, I believe, can only carry 4. That's unfortunate. X can carry 6. And by that I don't mean like 6 sections like what Tiras had. Tiras, conversely, can carry 9. Okay, thanks for the not dash input. There we go. So she can carry 9 bottles, and at max performance, her magic is really, really strong. And we want to be able to take advantage of that in a few segments. We'll only be using magic something like 4 times throughout the run anyway. Take that guy out. Okay, on to our boss segment. Okay, this might be a little bit tricky, especially going to get this guy. Alright, so this is not how I wanted this to start. Okay, good. Okay, see if I can get these jumping down stabs here. Okay. Fastest way to kill them. And they're usually pretty cooperative by getting in the way of it. Okay, so now that we've taken out those goons, we have our little between segment here. Gremlins are annoying, we know this by now. They steal our magic and we steal it back. Simple. Okay, so back to our moveset. One thing you'll see me do on a few instances is just try to full combo them with a string. Let's show off here. Earlier enemies sometimes will die. The turn back attack. So what you do is you do hit, turn, and then press both buttons to get your attack. And that causes a knockdown. Sometimes it's a kill. Got a little manip I'm going to do here. There we go. He will not be missed. I don't think I've ever gotten that second guy on the first try, but I always try to. Okay, so now we get into the real meat and potatoes of the map. This is the blue dragon. It's the mount we'll be seeing the most of in this game, even though it's not the overall most powerful. But as you can see, it's pretty beefy. It shoots this spew of flame that does a lot of damage. It has a really absurd hitbox. Okay, this guy's being annoying. I don't need more than this, but I'm greedy, so let's just go for it. Onto our second, we'll call it a boss fight, because it uses the boss fight music, but it's not really a boss fight. Take her out. Let these two wander in. Fire off our magic, sacrifice to the dragon gods. And here's our real boss. This is an enemy we'll be seeing quite consistently. They're my least favorite enemies. Skeletons, you didn't get to see much out of what their capabilities there because we had a mount, and mounts are very good against them. Here we actually have an opportunity to get some health back. Shouldn't need too much because I only took the 1 hit in the first stage. Maybe 2 hits, I don't remember. Anyway, it was 2 hits, yeah. Alright, here we have our second mount. And this is by far the best mount in the game. I did not want that to happen. Oh, okay, yeah, this is new. That was clutch. He dashed right into a mount position. So yeah, Red Dragon's mega busted. Shoots these fireballs. They're really powerful. They have full screen range. Did not want this. Okay, this is new. I'm actually gonna have to adjust this. Yeah, I've not had to deal with them being this aggressive before, so I don't know what to say here. Also said I don't get to show off Red Dragon. Makes me wish I had a save state or something. Take these out. But we'll play it. And this is going to be interesting. I normally need to have the range of the Red Dragon to be able to do what I normally do here, so we'll play it. I got these guys spawning out of the door. It's going to be a fair bit harder because I don't have full screen range anymore. Hello? Okay, y'all are being awful. Thankfully, it's just this guy left for the boss room. A little scared here, not gonna lie. Take all the magics. You can sometimes knock a bottle into the boss segment, but we didn't get it there. Okay, take this guy out. Okay, we'll go and use magic here. We've got our boss, this knight, who has a ridiculous amount of range, which is why the Red Dragon is normally where you want to be here. But we can let him wander up into this. There we go. Okay, that was really scary. I've never done that without the Red Dragon. Blue Dragon's really good. Don't get me wrong. It's just the Red Dragon is absurd. Having full screen range for that kind of damage just is not a real thing to be able to have in a video game. Okay, we're a little early there. To get these high jump setups, there's not a big frame window with which you're able to do it. Because enemies in this game start moving as soon as they get up, and they utilize a lot of Z-axis movement. So they'll shift in and out quite often. Okay. Got a first skeleton enemy here. Send him that way. And I'm going to try and go for a setup here. It's kind of hard to get because this guy is very uncooperative, as you can see. I was able to get it earlier. Okay. I normally try to go for the right side, but he wasn't having it that time. That's unfortunate. I missed the high jump. Like, I got the jump and then to get the down stab. You kind of have to commit to the down direction when you do it. Take some bottles. Okay, here we're going to be fighting what are essentially some hulked out versions of enemies we've already seen a million times. Dash on Wake Up, very strong. So, the thing about enemies' dashes in this game, they're a lot more powerful than they appear. If an enemy initiates a dash attack before you're able to, theirs is pretty much always going to retain priority, which means they're going to get to do damage and they're practically invincible from the front. They can create some really bad situations at times, as you saw there. Let these skeletons spawn. Unleash the beast. Oh, I'm done. This is maybe the hardest wave. So I'm actually going to take some time to focus on this. Dash attack is by far the most consistent thing I have, and skeletons will always wander into it because they walk really fast and they're not really intelligent when it comes to that specifically. So I can use that to my advantage. If skeletons are on you, they're a problem. Okay. No, I did not want that. Yeah, you had the Z-axis, I understand. Also not good. Okay. Oh, okay. That fight's really hard. One of the hardest things in the game for my money. I've taken a number of deaths there in the past. Okay, I'm gonna make sure I get the health. The guys that drop health only drop one health item, so you always make sure you can take what they have before you move on, because you might miss it if you don't. Okay, some more skeletons start off while on stage. I'm gonna wander my way down here. Have a cute little setup here. Not use that dash there, that was weird. Got that. Okay, past our friend the eagle, we're going to take this blue dragon mount. And if all goes well, this is pretty much going to define the remainder of the stage. Check that guy out. Got one enemy here. Okay. This segment's actually a lot harder than it's going to look. There's 3 enemies, and yeah, that's not how I wanted to start that. So, that was supposed to be a dash attack, because of course it was. This might be a problem. Because even if I take this, I might not even get the dragon. Oh my god, these enemies. Man, they just had the plays today. Okay, thank god I got it back. That was really scary, y'all, I'm not gonna lie. Now I've got these guys to deal with, too. Next hit I take loses the mount, and I don't want that to happen. I can still clear it, but it's gonna be a challenge. I have to Z-axis manipulate these guys to make sure I'm getting the hits I want. Man, those enemies are always a problem, but I've never seen them be that sticky. That was absurd. And there's no real spot where you can safely set up to try to take care of them either. And that's what I was trying to explain before I started getting hit. Anyway, on to our final boss segment, and this is the last segment of the arcade version. The Genesis version has a little... That's what you all know. Get the hits, please. First of all, I love this music. This is one of my favorite final boss themes in any game ever. Here we have Death Adder. He's obviously a jerk. We all know this. Take care of that guy. Okay, cool. Okay, so I'm going to try and get rid of this skeleton on the left before I do anything else. That's unfortunate. But we can manage. From here, I can win this without a mount. Dun, 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 dun. Okay, so full skeleton power there. Sorry, full dragon power. From here, I just need to make sure I can get a knockdown on Death Adder. That could prove difficult. Okay, normally with the mount, I would just be spitting fire on him in this case. But since I don't have it anymore, this is the backup strat. And it's pretty good. It does take longer because the damage isn't as high. But we are just going to get to spam this on him in the corner. Okay. There we go. Last hit. And time on the X. 12 minutes even. Not counting what happened at the sound off run. Whew. Man, that segment of enemies before the final stretch was misbehaving something fierce, wasn't it? So yeah, good run. Really happy with everything. This game is just amazing. It's one of my favorite endings. You always got to get down to this music. Like, such a crazy ending too. Every enemy spawns out of the game. Chases the minutes and arcade goers. Thank y'all for the GGs, by the way. And it's up to our heroes to go save them. Also, I've never been to Japan, but I'm told the Hikori sweat is an actual product. So that's pretty cool. Dun, 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 dun. It's so good. The slow runs. Why, but that makes me laugh every time. Like, you know those 3 can run faster than that. Appreciate it, Paul. So, one last thing I'll acknowledge. At the end of the game, you get what's called an internal score. It doesn't keep track of the score on display in-game. And 256 is obviously pretty good for what the actual score runs of this game are quite a bit more difficult. I don't know what the high score would be, but I'm pretty sure it's in the hundreds. But the amount of strats and the things you have to do to be able to get a score like that it's really hard. So anyway, we've got one more game to show off, and I'll be back with you.